It's been 5 years in the making, but there's good news for the sugar belt in the north because the Green Climate Fund has approved a product preparation facility to build the capacity of some 5,200 sugarcane farmers. With resources of about 1.2 million Belize dollars, the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, in collaboration with the Ministry of Economic Development and the Belize Sugar Industries, will design an effective and efficient climate adaptation response for the success of the industry.
We got down, we started to work on the concept note, and with the support of both the organization and key to this is the Ministry of Economic Development, we were able to put together a concept note, and the concept note was approved by the G.C.F. And after the concept note is approved, we then move on to the PPF stage, which we just received the approval for, which is just the second step in hopefully what will be a 3-step project, which will be the approval of the full funding proposal.
This second step bolsters what the BSI has been doing for some time now. It will identify better agriculture farming technologies and practices, cost-benefit analysis, management engagement plan, and an action plan to ensure the survival of the industry, which has been affected by changing weather conditions.
The sugar industry of Belize here in the north is unlike many other sugar industries in the world, meaning that we have 5,200 smallholder clients and people who are growing sugarcane. Of course, these people are very knowledgeable in how they've grown sugarcane over the years. However, climate is changing, and it's not only changing in a pattern. It's very erratic, and we have to be able to cope with those changes. Data, not only from this year, but back 10 years, to look at not just weather, but the milling processes, the quality of cane, the production of cane, and compare that with what we're experiencing. We did plan a crop this year based on projections that this year we are going to have another drought. That actually didn't happen. We feel that the rainy season even earlier than expected or than a normal one. So what we have to do now as an industry is become more agile in responding to climate situations.
All 4 Sugarcane Farmers Association in the north are already engaged by BSI. Cane Farmers Relations Manager Olivia Carballo-Aviles says that there are 3 main variables that must be considered.
We have to give them the tools here. And we go back to 3 basic things. 1, the plant, the variety. In the north, we are at high risk with one type of variety being grown throughout the crop, 7% of a B79 variety. And we at BSI have a research facility that's been doing research on varieties for over 30 years. So back to the basics, the variety, the crop itself. What does a plant need? It needs adequate water. Too much of anything is not good. So too little or too much of water. So water management. And 3, soils. So back to those 3 basic things that any farmer needs: the plant, the water, the soil, and of course with the soil comes different nutrients and managing that. Along with this idea, the 3 basic things is managing also the new pests that are arising.
The step of the product preparation facility will take about 18 months, after which it will be submitted once again to the G.C.F. If and when approval of the funding proposal is made, the industry will see an investment of $20 million. 5C's project development specialist Ryan Zuniga says this is about $10 million in grant funding and another $10 million from the primary stakeholders of the industry itself.
What we're trying to do is ensure that the farmers and their farming system survive the projected and current impacts of climate variability and change by providing support for them to improve their practices and align their practices in accordance with climate responsiveness and climate responsive behavior. We are able to support the transitional shift, or as they refer to it, as the G.C.F refer to it, the paradigm shift of how it is that sugarcane is produced in Belize.
Duane, Moody for News 5.